Namaste, everyone, and welcome to the full moon meditation. So, before we start, and I know a lot of you are new, and you'd like to know why do we meditate in your full moon. So, I'll just give you a short synopsis. The reason we meditate during the full moon is because during the full moon, there's so much energy coming to the earth, everything's getting amplified, and that's why you notice there are people who are normally calm, they get a little easily stirred up. Hence, werewolf syndrome. So, a Tibetan teacher named Holy Master Dwalkul used to say, the full moon is a time of crisis or opportunity. So it depends on which side of the fence we're at. If you're on the spiritual path, it's a time of opportunity because you get to know, there's so much energy. We can harness this energy to flush out negative thoughts, negative emotions, disintegrate a lot of negative energies that could be in our vicinity. Then you can also use that energy to bless our friends, our loved ones, bless our projects to be more successful. So it's a time of great opportunity. Now, for the everyday people who are not aware of it, well, guess what? So much energy comes in, uh, everything gets amplified, the good and not so good. So, like throwing fertilizer in the ground, everything gets magnified. So, what we try to do during the full moon is use some time to cover some spiritual teachings, and then we go into meditation. Right? So, the topic for this full moon is very, very simple. In the midst of chaos and movement, keep stillness inside of you. So, you cannot really stop things from happening, right? Just like you cannot stop the storm, there's always a storm. The question is, how do you stay calm, cool, collected, and still in the midst of all this craziness? Now, most of you will attest there's family, there's work, there's stuff happening in the environment, in politics. There's so many things happening at the same time. Most of you just want to go, I just want to drop everything, go live in the mountains, and have some peace and quiet. Well, that'd be nice. But realistically and practically, not so easy. So the question is, how do you have this stillness in the midst of this chaos? So let's start with understanding what this chaos is. The mind has a tendency to react to everything, right? Just imagine you're sitting there and somebody says something you don't like, you get triggered. Or you're in your internet, you're on your social media, clickbait, right? Every little thing triggers you. Oh, either good, triggers you to be happy, or trigger you to be emotionally upset. So let's try to understand what this process is. Number one, what's triggering us is basically what we created or what somebody else created. So every thought, every feeling that you and I create is basically a lump of energy, like data. Okay? So, first thing to understand is this chaos is composed of thoughts and emotions created by us or someone else as we or someone else react to what's happening in the environment. So, as we walk around, you're inside this cloud of our own creation, like a cocoon, like a bubble. So if you just say, okay, I want to have some peace and quiet, guess what happens? You back off, right? You're not focusing on anything. I just want to chill. So what happens? These thoughts and feelings we created now swarm our consciousness. Then you add to it the thoughts and feelings of other people within your household, within your work, within your city, within your country, in the entire world. So, in order to have peace, you have to go out of it. Well, good luck with that. You see, the secret is not trying to escape it. The secret is to have that peace and stillness in the midst of what's happening. All right? So, the first thing is to understand what it is. Number two, the question is, how do we control it? First, you need to understand the principle behind it. You are a spiritual self that is using instruments to function in your everyday life. For example, if I ask you to move your body, you move your body. I pick up this cup, I move my body, I do this, I do that. So what are you doing? I am creating movement. What's being moved? My physical body. Then I say, okay, as you're watching the news, there's something you don't like. What happened? Oh, I felt anger. All right. You look at someone you love. What did you feel? Oh, I feel so much love and peace. Okay, great. So, in other words, in both instances, depending on the situation, one you created anger, the other one you created love. Right? You felt it. So, when you say you felt, you created the feeling because before I had you do that, you were neutral. Just like before I picked up this cup, I was neutral. Then I created the movement to pick up the cup. Same thing with thoughts. How do you create thoughts? If I ask you to think of an apple, a car, or whatever what do you do? I'm creating this thought. I'm thinking of this subject. So who's the thinker? I am. Who's the feeler? I am. Who's the mover of the body? I am. So that is a fundamental truth that is so important. Now, some of you say, oh, I've heard that so many times. That's exactly the problem. You heard it. The question is, do you remember it? And not only do you remember it, do you take that principle and use it in your everyday life? That's the most important part. So, what you call chaos is simply the I losing control of what the body's doing, losing control of the feelings that we create, losing control of the thoughts that we create. And then from there, you put it in this big bowl of soup of people's thoughts, feelings, and actions mixed together, and it acts like a cloud on the eye. So the idea is, without first understanding that I'm not the body, that I'm creating movement using this body, I'm not any of my feelings. I create feelings depending on what's going on. Same thing with the thoughts. The movement, the feelings, and the thoughts control the I. And that's usually what happens with everyone. So, in order to have stillness in the midst of all this activity, you have to first, look at me, withdraw the doer, feeler, and thinker from what is created. From there, you get to observe it. That's what happens when you try to pray, you try to meditate. What are you doing? You're trying to isolate yourself from all the signals to just have some, okay, I want to have some time with God. I want to have some time with just nothing. All of that, what you're trying to do, you're first trying to withdraw the I from all the activities. Now, here's a challenge or here's a problem, depending on how severe it is. When we're not understanding that we're not the soup that we're swimming in, it's very difficult to have that peace and stillness. That's why the fundamental principle is I'm not the body, I'm not the emotion, I'm not the thoughts. I am this being, let's make it simple, the spiritual, non material self that is creating the movement, the feelings, and the thoughts. Now, I know most of you have studied this. Here's what happens. When the thoughts, feelings, and the actions are so intense, we have spiritual amnesia. Sounds familiar? When was the last time that somebody triggered us and we said things that we regret? You go, yeah, it just happened a few days ago. Exactly the point. Now, does that mean that you don't know this fundamental principle that you create the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions? No, I know that. I've been studying for so many years. So what happened? Oh, I forgot. Technically, you did not forget. What happened is the signals were so strong, the feelings, thoughts, and action were so strong. What happened? It controlled the I. That's why if you ask someone, somebody asks you, what happened? I lost control. I slapped the guy. Or I screamed at the person. You just said it. I lost control. I lost control over the ability to create the thoughts I want, the feelings I want, make sense? The actions and the speech. That's why in hindsight you go, yeah, I should not have allowed that person to trigger me. I should not have allowed myself to lose control and beat up the guy. Sounds familiar? That's why it's so important. I remember my teacher, Grandmaster Chokoku, used to say, when it comes to spiritual teachings, number one, you have to know the teachings. What is the teaching? Teaching is I'm a spiritual self having an earthly experience, that I'm not the body, I use the body. I'm not my emotions, I create and use the emotions. I'm not my thoughts, I create and use my thoughts to interact with the world. To know that basic, basic foundational uh, information, right? Principle. To know. The second part, to remember. Because we have studied so many things, the question is, do we remember it? And even if we remember it, the question is, do we remember it at the appropriate time? Like, I know I'm not the emotions, but man, when I'm around that person, I just want to emotionally vomit on the guy because he's such a jerk. Okay, does that mean you don't remember the teachers? You do. But at that point, what happens? We forgot that we're not it, so the emotions control us. So to know, the second part is what? To remember at appropriate time. And guess what the third one is? To practice what we know. There are a lot of people that are walking encyclopedias. They know everything. The question is, are they applying it? No. That's why their life is a mess. So to know the teachings, to know the basic principle, I'm not the body, emotions, and thoughts. I create the actions, the thoughts, and feelings. Second part is, do I remember it at the right time? You see, it's easy to remember these things when things are quiet. Sounds familiar? Oh, yeah, right now I'm listening to you. I've read books. Oh, yeah, I know I'm not the emotions. I create them, I control it. Nobody can piss me off without my permission. Oh, that's nice and great. The question is, when the person who's going to trigger you or has triggered you all this time is in front of you, can we remember it? And the next part is to actually practice, say, hey, I'm not going to allow this person to trigger me. No. Remember, practice. And as we do this over and over and over again, hopefully, in the very near future, we master it. Sounds familiar? I'm sharing this with you because my teacher, Grandmaster Chokoksi, always said, teachings have to be practical, something that you can use right away. So we can talk about the cosmos and the heavenly worlds and so on. That's all good and great and wonderful. The question is, if your life is still a mess and you're always angry and upset, those teachings are useless. Now, here's the beautiful thing. Once you understand the principle, the mechanism, and the process, and you have techniques for it, which we're going to do, then as you do this over and over and over again, you get the opportunity to have peace and stillness on demand. You go, person's in front of me, they're upset, they're angry, screaming, yelling. You go, I choose not to give in. I'm going to observe what's going on and I'm going to process and say, what is the appropriate thing to say? What is the appropriate thing to do? Now, some people say, oh, that's not spontaneous. I don't care what you call it. I'd rather have peace and quiet and control over my life rather than being spontaneous and be a big fat mess. You see, the fundamental principle in the inner teachings is like this. You're like the charioteer with 3 horses. One of the horses is your physical body. The other horse is what you call your emotional astral body that creates feelings. The other horse is what you call mental body that creates thoughts. When people say, I just want to be spontaneous, it's just like saying, okay, horsey, go wherever you want. Good luck with that. One want to go that way, one want to go that way, one want to go that way. And then, what are you doing? That's why most people's life is controlled chaos. So the secret is very simple. Number 1, to understand first that, hey, you horsies, I'm your boss. That's step 1. Not you don't control me, I control you. Number 2, train each horse. How do you train the horse? The first one, the physical body. You're going to get up at what time? You're going to meditate. You're going to do some spiritual practice. You're going to do some physical exercises. Whatever it is. In other words, you're making the body bend to your will. Because you're not the body is something you use. A simple example of this that most of you have done is when you do fasting. Most people do fasting because they want to lose weight. They want to lose weight, they want to detox and whatever else stuff, right? To the spiritual practitioner, you fast because you want to tell the body who's boss. You eat when I tell you you're gonna eat. You're not gonna eat stuff that you don't like, or well, not that's not good for you. You're not gonna eat until this time. Guess what? The body will complain. So at that point, who's boss? So the longer you're able to say, "Hey, you're not gonna eat," or "You're gonna eat when I tell you," the better control you have over that horse. Same thing with emotions. It's a nature of emotions to always be in motion. There's no such thing as a calm emotion. There's an oxymoron. Emotions will either be extreme high, extreme low. It's always moving. That's why if you know someone who's basically governed by their emotions, you never know what to expect. Sometimes they love you, they're happy, yeah, great. And then out of nowhere, they'll be like, "Mm." It's like, I never know what to expect. Well, that could be good or bad, depends on if you're bored with life, but it's constant. So, knowing that, you go, okay, I will train these emotions. I will train at such a point that, okay, I choose to be happy. Or certain times, things are not that pleasant. Okay, I'll let myself feel that sadness. Okay, I'll know when to snap out of it. You regulate the emotions. And the last one's the thoughts. This is the biggie. Because it's the nature of the mental faculty or the intellect to what? To pick a topic, drill into it, and then even if it's not done yet, stop. Do the next one, and next one, next one. Going down that rabbit hole, as they call it. That's why there's this thing called the monkey mind. You jump from one to the other, and at some point, I can't control my mind. My mind can't stop thinking. Basically, you gave up. The key is to say, the will, your will, the soul, the will, is say, okay, I don't want to think of this right now. And your mind will do, yeah, but it's like, oh, I want to think of this. That's why I love it. Some of you attended Tony Robbins events. He says, there's one fundamental choice everyone can make: what to focus on. What to focus on. I focus on something I like, focus on something good. The problem is people don't understand that they have that ability. So what happens? They get pulled in every direction. So right now they're focusing on this, and they go, you focus on there and focus here. But in reality, you go, okay, wait. I choose to focus on this, something good. This unpleasant thing, person screaming, yelling, talk to you later. Some go, no, that's not realistic. It's a matter of what is called motivation. If I remember correctly, I think it's a Latin word. Motivation is two words, motivos and ation, meaning reason to move or to act. If somebody puts a gun in your head and say, smile and be happy, even though you're pissed off, you will smile and be happy. It's a matter of motivation. Now, if you put it all together, it's as simple as this. You and I are spiritual beings with will, with intelligence, and love. In other words, we have the ability to generate whatever action, thoughts, and feelings we want. That's an act of will or power. We have the ability to create emotions and thoughts, where you have a being of intelligence and love. It's a matter of exercising it. So as you train these three horses, once they're trained, you decide where you go. I do not want to engage in this nonsense. People are screaming, yelling at. Okay, so have you have inner peace? So people could be screaming, yelling around you, and you courteous, you go, yeah, but in the midst of it, you go, whatever. It can be done. It's not instantaneous. It takes practice. So let's put it all together. Write this down. These are the steps. Doesn't matter what spiritual practice, religion, meditation. This is, let's just say, the pathway. The first part. Everybody goes through it. Chaos and turmoil. From chaos and turmoil, you want to move to calmness. And how do people do it? Most of the time they go, okay, okay, yeah. I mean, there's so many things going on. Let me just listen to good music. Or let me go read a book. Or let me do some breathing exercise. You see, when you're doing breathing exercise, you're focusing on the breath. And if you're stressed out, the breath is like, what do you say? Wait, wait, wait. I just want to box breathing, like measured breathing. Or some of you practice pranayama, 6-3-6-3, 4, uh, 16-8. There are certain rhythms. So the rhythm of the breath or listening to the music goes from to like, okay, chaos, calmness. I'm listening to music. Okay, it's slowing things down. Make sense? From there, you don't want to stop there because for most people, they just get there, they're thrilled. Nope, don't be happy. Don't be contented. From there, you go to silence. Super, super critical. At some point, you have to stop all the stimuli and just say, okay, no music, no chanting, no anything. Where am I? For most people, you're lucky with 10, 15 seconds if you can say, there's nothing. It's blank. So as we keep working from chaos and turmoil to calmness, you go to silence. You want to take that silence and stretch it. And most people, you're lucky 10, 15 seconds, but you stay with it. You stretch it longer, 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. At that point, it starts transitioning from silence to stillness. So stillness, as my teacher, Grandmaster Twakusi says, is not the objective. It's just a stepping stone. Well, if I get to silence, I'd be a happy dude. Exactly the point. Don't be satisfied. From silence, you go into stillness. And in stillness, most of you is what you experience higher form of joy, higher form of expansion of consciousness. Okay, what the heck is expansion of consciousness? Easiest way to understand it. Take a perfume bottle, remove the cap. What happens? The essence of the perfume, which is in liquid, is now permeating the room. So your spiritual essence as a spiritual being is now beyond being trapped by this physical form. You start to experience, it's so peaceful and still. At the same time, I feel like I'm free. And for some of you, as you deepen that spiritual practice, that meditation, you go, feels like I've come home. You know why? That is your spiritual home. Stillness, peace, and divine bliss. So, all that great is great and wonderful. How do we try to get there in this full moon meditation? There are many ways to do it. What we'll do is we'll use the meditation Twin Hearts, meditation that's taught by my teacher, Grandmaster Chahok Sri. And I know a lot of you are new, so let me just explain that quickly. The reason it's called Twin Hearts, you go, man, I only have one heart. Hold on. We'll talk about your energetic heart, not your physical heart. So this is your human heart, the spiritual center, the love center that loves people that you know that you have connection to, your family, your friends, people you have acquaintance with. The crown is your spiritual heart. So when you love someone that you'll probably never meet, you see that there's calamities in another country, there's hurricane affecting some country, there's flooding, there's fires, there's wars. You go, I better do something. So you send money to them, or some of you actually volunteer to go there to give physical aid and help. This is love for people we know, personal love. This is impersonal, or a better word would be universal love. So when we do meditation Twin Hearts, we stimulate the love aspect of the personal self and the universal self. That's why it's called meditation Twin Hearts. So as we do this meditation, it has a cleansing effect to disintegrate these thoughts and feelings, in the bubble we're walking around in. It's a process of emptying things out. And at that point, you already move from chaos during the meditation to calmness, and very quickly to silence. And most people during the meditation is like, so quiet. Then when we put our hands down, I had you imagine a beautiful golden light above your head. We'll use the mantra Om, Amen, Amin. As we use these mantras, what happens? It raises your frequency. When you say raising your frequency, back into that very simple metaphor, instead of your essence just being inside the bottle, which is your physical body, you're able to experience what it is like beyond the shell. It is to raise your frequency so you can both be inside your physical body and using it, but in this case, you're training to be calm and quiet and still. Simultaneously, your awareness is beyond it. Hence, at first, you have the perfume in liquid form, and then it becomes water vapor, and then it mixes with the environment, and you can't find the particle anymore. It's both inside and outside simultaneously. So, stillness is the stepping stone to that expansion. And interesting enough, you don't have to go live in a cave to do this. You can do this right now. So, we'll do it together. So, let's meditate. Shall we? Okay, I know a lot of you are new, you haven't done this before. We'll go through it step by step, but we'll make it, let's just say, intense. Okay, put your hands on your heart like this. Actually, take your right hand, just tap your crown. Okay, go like this. Focus on the top of your head. Repeat after me. I am that I am. I'm not this body. I'm not any of my emotions. I'm not any of my thoughts. I am the soul, the spiritual self that moves the body, feels the feelings, and the thinker of these thoughts. I am that, the mover, feeler, and thinker. I am the soul, the spiritual self. Just be still. I am the soul, the spiritual self. Just put your attention on top of your head and keep repeating, I am the soul, the spiritual self. Not the body, I use the body. Not the emotions, I use the emotions. And not the thoughts, I use my thoughts. I am the soul, the spiritual self. Just be still. I am the soul, the spiritual self. Now open your hands in blessing. Okay, we're projecting blessings. Now imagine the earth the size of a little ball in front of you. We will use the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi, and allow this energy just flow through us, through our hearts and our crowns, to just bless the earth. In the process of that energy flowing through, it's disintegrating, flushing out all the garbage and flushing it out. Right? Put your hand like this. Imagine the earth in front of you. Imagine from your heart, beautiful pink light just flowing out of your heart through your hands and blessing your home. From your home, let it spread to the neighborhood, to your workplace, to the city, the country. Let it spread throughout the entire earth. Just imagine pink light filling up the entire earth. And verbally or silently repeat after me. Lord, Universal Spirit, God, whatever name you want to use, to the divine source, make me an instrument of your peace, a channel of your peace. Wherever there's hatred, within me, outside of me, let me bring forth, let me sow unconditional love. Bless your family, your friends, your loved ones, people you work with peace and with love. And let it just spread throughout the entire earth. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Where there's doubt, faith, where there's despair, hope. Let's just think of people we know going through difficult times in their life, with their health, with their relationships, even their finances. Fill them with beautiful pink light and may they be blessed with hope and with faith and a better life. So be it. Where there's darkness, let me sow light. Darkness is the absence of spiritual light in a person's life. May all be blessed with spiritual awakening. So be it. And where there's sadness, let me sow joy. So just allow your heart to open up even more and let that beautiful pink light flow through your hands and bless the entire earth with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness and reconciliation, with hope and with faith, with light and lots of joy. So be it. Now, be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Lift it up to the top of your head, your crown. Exhale. One more time. Be aware of your heart. Inhale. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. And gently, one more time, be aware of the love within your heart. Inhale. Lift it up to your crown. Exhale. And just stay there. Just be still. Your crown is filled with so much golden light. Some of you might feel a pressure, a tingling, even a stretching. So just be aware of your crown. Just be still. It's loading up with so much golden light. Now let that golden light flow down from your crown through your hands. And once more, bless your loved ones with it. Bless your home with golden light. Saturate all your family members with golden light. Let it spread to all your relatives, your friends, your city, country, all the countries in the world. Fill the entire earth with golden light. Just repeat after me. Our hearts are one, our souls are one. There's only oneness. Fill the earth with golden light. From the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may all be blessed with loving kindness. Bless your family, friends, loved ones with loving kindness. Let it spread throughout the country, the entire world. May all be blessed with loving kindness, with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. So be it. So be it. Just be still. Just allow the golden light to just keep flowing through us. We're not the ones blessing, the blessings are flowing through us, through us. We're just the channels and the pipelines. Let it flow through. So be it. Now, gently be aware of both your heart and your crown. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, allow that golden and pink light to flow through your entire body. One more time. Be aware of your heart, your crown. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, let it fill up your entire being. May you be filled with peace, with love, and joy. So be it. Once more, be aware of your heart, your crown. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale this time, let it pour out of your hands and just fill up the entire earth in front of you. Fill the entire earth inside and out, the physical world as well as the non physical world. And repeat after me. Our hearts are one, our souls are one, our spirits are one. From the center of the heart of God, through my spirit, through my soul, through my entire being, may all beings of the earth be blessed with loving kindness. May all be blessed with inner peace, inner healing. May all be healed of any pain, sorrow, or suffering. So be it. Think of different places in the world where people are suffering from political unrest, from wars, from famine, from natural calamities. So many of these people are suffering and it's not even reaching the news. Fill those places with golden light. May all of those people be blessed, all those beings be blessed with divine mercy, with love, and with kindness. So be it. Now, this part is important. Just be still, keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just gently be aware of your heart and your crown, and just let the waterfall of brilliant light keep flowing through us. Simultaneously, focus on channeling this to bless your family, your workplace, your country, the entire. Just be still. Just keep let it flow. And just repeat after me. Say, blessings be to all. Blessings be to all beings without exception. May all beings in the higher worlds, middle worlds, even the lower worlds, may all beings in every direction, every dimension be blessed without exception with God's unconditional love and kindness. So be it. So be it. Now, gently lower your hands. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Now, above your head, just a few inches above your head, imagine a beautiful golden star, like a miniature, brilliant sun. The image doesn't have to be clear, it's there. Just look at that brilliant light. You might think you're imagining it. That's the right feeling. Just be still. Now, gently be aware of the love within your heart. Send a stream of love from your heart up to your throat, up to the center of your head. Be still, to your crown, and just let it float slowly up into that golden light. Stay there. Gently allow your entire awareness and attention to be in that brilliant light above your head. Be still. Again, one more stream of love from your heart up to your crown into that brilliant light. And again, from your heart, send love up to your crown into that brilliant light. And just simply let go. Now, you're not your body, you are that brilliant light. You're not any of your feelings or your thoughts. You are that being of light. Just be still. Be aware of that light that is you. And listen. Amen. 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 Just be aware of that brilliant light. the inner peace in the stillness in that light. Amin. 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 Your awareness and your consciousness is completely in that brilliant light. You are that light. Be still. You, the soul, the spiritual self, are meditating and listening. Om. 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 Be still. Be aware of the inner stillness. Be aware of the inner peace. Be aware of the pure nothingness in the inner light simultaneously. And just simply let go and let things happen on its own. Now, let go. Any sound, any noise you hear will just help you drift deeper and deeper in that light. That is you. Let go. Now. You, the soul, the spiritual self, are immersed in an ocean of brilliant light. You, the soul, the spiritual self, are immersed in a beautiful, loving ocean of love and bliss. Let go and just let things happen now. Gently, ever so slowly, come back to your body. Gently move your fingers, move your toes. Gently and slowly come back. Take your time. Okay, gently raise your hands again like you did before. Let's release excess energy that our bodies cannot absorb. So picture the people you love in front of you. Fill them with beautiful golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, with much happiness, with abundance and prosperity and spiritual oneness. So be it. Blessings be to all. Now be aware of your feet and the base of your spine. Just project golden light down into the earth. Let our beloved Mother Earth and all her children be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings to Mother Earth. So be it. So be it, and so it is. Okay, open your eyes. Right. So, just to check to see if you're in that stillness, we always do this. Just keep your eyes open. Observe any thoughts and feelings that you have. Most of you should have at least a sense of like emptiness or blankness, if that's right English. Just quiet and still. So that was a short meditation. That was like 20 minutes. So when you do meditation, Twin Hearts, you're actively awakening the love aspect within you and let that love flow through you. In the process, it's flushing out all these thoughts and emotions that causes the chaos in your aura and your energy centers. And when you do it, you raise your frequency to the extent that that stillness is so still, and yet you sense an expansion. So you can literally be in the midst of chaos and not be affected by it. The key is to practice. You know the information, see if you remember it, and then as you remember it, simultaneously do your practice. That's it. Now, it's customary after every full moon meditation, we take all this energy we generate, use it to bless our friends, our loved ones. We did that already. You can do it also. Or you can also pull out the list. We usually have you write down a list of all your wishes, health, relationships, projects that you want to be successful. Go ahead and write it down. If you're new and you have not written it down, just picture it in front of you. I want you to picture the end result. What do you want? Okay, give you a few seconds to do that. And then we're going to, let's see, we're going to, right, have it in front of you. The ones who've taken the Kriya Shakti course, the prosperity course, you know how to have written down and you know how to go to the ritual to supercharge your thoughts, your emotions, your wishes. Have it in front of you. All right. Okay, when you're ready, everybody raise your hands. Now project light. Picture your end result of what you want to manifest, materialize properly according to the divine plan, divine will. So be it. Go. Smile, be happy about it. Picture it happening already. Okay, make sure that you also bless other people's wishes. Maybe your family members, friends who are going through challenging times, picture their lives getting better and better. Use all this energy, not just for making life better, but better for the lives of people you know and you care. Keep going. May all your wishes and projects be divinely blessed. So be it. As your heart desires, so be it. May it materialize properly according to the divine plan. Blessings to all. So it is. All right. So let's give thanks to the divine supreme God, divine Father, Mother. Thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints of all traditions, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, I thank my teacher, Master Chokoksi, to his teacher, Mahaguji Mailing. Thank you all for the blessings. In full faith, so be it. Now, speaking of peace and stillness, I just want to share one quick announcement. Tomorrow night, or wherever you are, less than 24 hours, well, actually 24 hours from now, uh, you're welcome to join us for a special meditation event. Uh, this is a meditation I recorded in Bhutan in the burning lake. We're talking about stillness and peace. People always ask me, you travel all over the world. Do you have a favorite place? I used to have difficulty giving an answer. I got to Bhutan, they go, that's the place. When you go there, and I invite you to join me, I'm going to be teaching class there in a few weeks in Bhutan. It's a very sacred place where Master Choi's teacher, Guru Padmasambhava, spent many, many years there. So it's charged with spiritual energy. And talking about stillness, you get out of the plane, it's like different world. Shh, quiet. In fact, the funny part, I want to share this with you. Last November, my sister-in-law and her family also came to Bhutan, uh, did their tour and everything. After 3-4 days, they went back to Bangkok, which is one of the countries that you stop by in order to come back to wherever you go to. Anyway, she was telling me that after they left Bhutan, they were in Bangkok for like 2 nights, 2-3 nights. She said, it's so noisy. I go, what do you mean? Like a lot of traffic? There's no. It was quiet physically, but it's just can't sleep. There's so many thoughts and emotions. I go, exactly the point. So there are certain places that just are so absent of thoughts and emotions, so quiet. And we try to capture that. So when I was there last year, I recorded this meditation in the burning lake, a very, very powerful place infused with lots of spiritual energy. And I invite you to join me tomorrow night. But this time, uh, go to mastercode.org, just register, and you join me in meditation. And after that, again, in 2 weeks, I'll be in Bhutan. You're welcome to join us. I'll be teaching Arhatic Yoga, Master Choi's teachings on Arhatic Yoga, and the inner teachings of Buddhism revealed. All of that information is there. And I know some of you go, yeah, I'd like to know where to go. When you sign up tomorrow, uh, you also get a PDF of all the sacred places I went to, the caves, the temples I meditated in, where I just let it sat there and just super, super crazy meditation. It was great. And we'll do it all over again. All right, I think that's it. Namaste, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. Share this with as many people as possible. There's so many people out there I've seen, they're suffering unnecessarily. Like, the chaos could be prevented, or at least the chaos and the turbulence in their emotions and thoughts can be temporarily disintegrated, flushed aside, and to have the inner peace and stillness. Okay, namaste. You guys take care. God bless, and we'll see you in the next meditation. In this case, tomorrow night. And this is recorded, so afterwards you can watch it again and again. Okay, namaste. God bless. Bye bye.